Another episode of the SVG On Demand here with Kristian Hernandez from SVG. We're going to do something a little different here with the At the Ballpark series. We're going to start with the American League teams here. I'm sure you'll know that if you're reading the story. But I have a pleasure to speak with Stan Fracker. He's the Director of Broadcast and In-Game Entertainment with the Detroit Tigers. Stan, first of all, how are you doing? How's the team? How is everyone doing up there in Detroit?
Well, it is a very strange season, but we're doing very well. I think we've embraced the challenge, and it's been pretty neat to see how so many people on my staff and then throughout kind of the organization have risen to meet the needs of the day.
So, Stan, obviously it's a weird season, unfortunately, and we got to go through at the top the basics of kind of entering the ballpark, and take me through your day about game day operations and what kind of happens on a daily routine.
Yeah, no, it is certainly different, and it starts like a lot of businesses. We have a form we have to fill out before you even leave your home. As part of the COVID-19 protocols, and that applies across the board for everybody that's coming into the ballpark. And then certainly, for us in the production control room, much more distancing. We've limited staff, but without fans in the park, that's part of what we're doing anyways. The demands aren't there. We aren't doing all the intricate programming that we would be doing if we had 40,000 fans in the ballpark. So we have scaled back a little bit in that sense, which provides an opportunity to be able to distance a little bit more. We've also expanded kind of our footprint a little bit too. Our PA announcer and myself, we're now in a separate booth from our control room, which wasn't the case previously, which has opened up some space for other members in the control room. We've kind of doubled up duties at a couple of spots too, as well, to make accommodations from that standpoint. And of course, following all the protocols and cleanliness and wearing masks. So that's a big part of what we do right off the bat before we even talk about how we're actually programming each game.
Okay, cool. Let's go a little bit into the programming. Obviously, elements in the video board maybe be a little different with fans not in the stands. What's the production philosophy looking like? Less replays, more replays? Are we doing fan engagement with the where's the ball underneath the hat? What's the deal?
Yeah, we don't do as much of the cap shuffles, certainly. We did make replays a part of what we're doing, though. We just felt it was important to, number one, provide some normalcy for the players. And then number two, they just genuinely enjoy, I think, seeing, great plays replayed again and the opportunity to be able to see up on the board immediately how that last play went down, or I think is helpful to the players on the field, to the coaching staff, to management that's in the ballpark. So it was agreed early on that we would make replays available, and we've done that. We actually do have one live camera up, which we weren't sure about coming into the year, but we found that we do get quite a bit of usage out of it. It is valuable at times, to show the batter coming up, and to be able to go to, a live shot occasionally. But after that, we do take feeds from our broadcast partner, Fox Sports Detroit, and that's how we are able to run replays in the ballpark as well.
Right. Okay. In terms of the broadcast side, a lot of things have been a little bit different with the world feeds and RSNs being responsible for the national broadcast, but you guys are responsible for the crowd noise, the fake crowd noise. How different is it within the park? Can you give me the rundown? Is it like we joked around before this call? Is it Miguel Cabrera home run? You press a button, everyone goes nuts, or what's kind of the workflow with that?
Yeah, your description isn't that far off. First of all, a lot of credit just to Major League Baseball for putting this together and putting together a uniform system that all teams can access and tap into. So we were, like every team, provided an iPad with software already loaded and clips already loaded from Major League Baseball's video game of the show, and to varying levels, of crowd engagement. Included in each clip, and then it's up to us to decide how to kind of form the best sound in the ballpark. And really, it's something, if you've attended a few baseball games, it's pretty intuitive actually. At a certain point, that there's a little bit of crowd roar right after contact is made on the bat. That if it goes against your way, the player on the opposite team, on the visiting team, makes a fantastic play in the field. There's like sort of that little ooh of disappointment, and they've got those programmed in there, and we're able to hit them. And then, of course, even a play like a triple for the home team elicits, a little roar off the bat. Another roar as the runner is rounding around second base. And then finally, when they slide in the third, is the big roar and congratulations, on the triple. So these are things that we're all paying attention to. And the important thing is the person in that position is just locked into the game from the first inning through the ninth.
Right. Obviously, crowd noise has been kind of huge since no fans are in the stands. Yeah. And credit to you guys and everyone in our industry trying to make that more realistic as possible.
I agree, and also too, the team has really embraced it.
Right.
The players enjoy it. Sometimes they'll motion for more crowd noise, or but the response has been really terrific across the board on it. The team seems to love to hear the applause. It does make it feel a little bit more natural. It also provides atmosphere throughout, so that you don't hear every single conversation on the field. I think, which makes the players more comfortable too as well. So it's been good all around.
Good. Okay, I should have asked this at the top, but when Major League Baseball asked you to do the fake crowd noise, and they kind of said, "Hey, there's going to be no fans in the stands," was there a little bit of a rehearsal or rundown that you guys had, or did you have like a meeting and you're like, "Hey guys, this is what we're going to do. It may change, it may not," but what was kind of the strategy going into the season when you knew no one was going to be into the?
Well, fortunately for us, we had our summer camp right at Comerica Park, and that involved a series of intra-squad games, and we really used those as a testing ground to test out how the crowd would play, how the players would feel about it, how it would actually sound in the ballpark, how loud we needed to make it. Ballpark sound systems are designed to provide audio to the fans in the seats, not necessarily to the teams on the field. And so that's a big part of the consideration too. So you had to adjust levels to be able to understand so that it's actually reaching the playing field at a level that has an impact. And then as well, then there's the other consideration of most of the people that will be hearing this will be listening to it at home, watching the broadcast. So with that in mind too, we also have to work with our broadcast partner and making sure that's at an appropriate level. So there's a lot of considerations that go into it. Fortunately for us, we were able to iron out a lot of that during the intra-squad games.
Right. Okay. Now, as this thing continues to roll down the track this season, obviously, unfortunately, the virus is kind of adapting things and things are changing. Maybe you have to change some things in your production plans. How have things changed since we're a couple of weeks into the season, or has they kind of stayed the same?
For us, just because of the nature of baseball games, it's, one day after the next. So there isn't a lot of room to make, big changes. But what does happen is, in a situation right now, we're talking in between home stands for us. And that's where, the ideas start flying. You say, okay, here are the three things that we can add to it. And so, one of the things we did prior to the season is we did Zoom calls with season ticket holders and longtime fans. And actually just kind of coached them through, giving us varying levels of reaction that we've been playing back in the ballpark. So a big home run is hit up on the video board. We'll see, a menage of various fans, from these calls. And, so immediately we're talking about now, okay, taking it to the next level and doing live interactions with fans who are actually watching the game in the moment. So, we're continuing to push ourselves. And then, of course, a big part of it, too, is just, the social engagement, which our team has been, very active on a daily basis. We produce a daily feature after every game that kind of, identifies a key storyline, interviewing the players, through Zoom conferences, and put that out so that it's available, early the next day. So it's, just interacting with fans on varying levels for us.
Right. One of the cool things that everyone's doing is kind of integrating the fans at home, because sports are nothing without the fans. And unfortunately, they're all at home like we are, well, like I am right now. But
right. No, and for us too, like, our campaign going into this year is Detroit Roots, which, first of all, there's the double meaning of roots, which fits our city perfectly. First of all, it identifies that, hey, Tigers fans have long roots with this team. And then also just the nature of, rooting fans for us it has been a critical part of Tigers games, for decades, for over a century. So obviously there's the tie-in with, okay, that identifies with fans coming to the ballpark. That's not possible right now. So it has to have a little bit greater reach. And for us, the response has still been terrific as we've launched this campaign and kind of reimagined it as a way for fans to still root for the Detroit Tigers, but doing it from home.
Good to hear. Well, Stan, first things first, best of luck the rest of the way. Good luck to the Tigers. Good luck to your staff. You guys are doing a tremendous job, and kudos to you guys. But appreciate you taking the time, and hopefully see you down the road.
I appreciate everything. Thank you very much, Kristian.